Morning, all. All right, so we have two games tonight in the NHL. We're not going to have two games today pretty soon here. It'll be down to one as we get to the conference finals. Or we may have days where there's two one night and none the next. Bizarre, right? Anyways, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific tonight. Florida will be trying to close out the series yet again. Toronto will be trying to stay alive yet again. The series is 3 games to 1 for Florida. Matthew Tkachuk, 5 goals, 11 assists, 16 points. Does not have a goal in this series, but has been very effective and has been putting up points. Florida, of course, was kept in check by the Toronto Maple Leafs last game. They may be looking to play that same kind of style tonight. Austin Matthews, 5 goals, 6 assists for the playoffs for 11 points. Wall will be the starter again, because of course he will. And we'll see whether or not the same formula can work 2 games in a row. It is not easy to control the Florida Panthers attack, but Toronto did so last game. Kept the game to very minimal attempts either way and not a lot of prime opportunities at the net. So we'll see if they can do it again tonight. It is kind of a surprise still to me that it's Toronto that has to slow the game down a little bit, but hey, it works, right? So we'll see if it works again tonight. I would think it'll be the same lines, the same strategy, and some fingers being crossed. 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific, Edmonton and Vegas. So, what's interesting is tomorrow is Saturday, that's Hockey Night in Canada Day, and there are no Canadian teams playing on Saturday. So, that's kind of odd. I would think in most years the scheduling would have been set so that the Canadian teams, at least one of them, be playing on Saturday. But the Oilers and the Vegas Golden Knights get things started again tonight. This will be intense. Um, both fan bases are pretty sure that the NHL has it out for them, so there's that. On the Oilers side, of course, Nurse's suspension was upheld. On the Vegas side, Petrangelo's suspension was 1 game. So both teams without a top defenseman tonight. We'll see how it affects them. Bouchard, 4 goals, 11 assists, 15 points, has been the star on the blue line for the Edmonton Oilers. For Vegas, they could use a goal from Riley Smith. 5 assists so far this playoffs for Riley Smith. These teams, of course, are tied 2 games apiece. This game tonight should be intense is a word for it, and yet game 3 was kind of a quiet game. Game 1 was not an overly emotional game. It feels like for the Oilers to win, it needs to be that really emotional, kind of over the top game. And so we'll see if we get that again tonight or not, or if taking out Nurse and Petrangelo with suspensions takes some of that out of it. But let me know your thoughts and who you think will win both games in the comment section below. Jordan Martinook has joined or has equaled a record for the Carolina Hurricanes. What's impressive is it was only a 5 game series. Jordan Martinook with 10 points, 3 goals, 7 assists, ties a team record for points in a series. Martinook has been an unsung hero for the Carolina Hurricanes for some time. He is an underrated player, I think, from a league perspective, even during the regular season, because he doesn't put up the amount of points that would get a lot of attention. But Martinook's been excellent for Carolina. They really and truly have had everybody buy in at this point in the postseason, and it's worked out. I think because I've seen people saying, well, what was it with Carolina that changed between the regular season and the playoffs? Because during the regular season, the way the season ended, it really didn't look like they were going very far. But everybody's bought in. They're all playing together, and the offense is there. The offense that was struggling at points during the regular season for Carolina has shown up in the postseason, and it's been pretty solid. So as long as that trend continues, I like their odds in the next round against either Florida or Toronto. Carolina's a team that at points during the season looked like they could be the favorite to win the Stanley Cup, but again, they finished kind of quietly, and then they turned it on at the right time. There are teams that can do that. The Vezina finalists were revealed yesterday. Connor Hellebuck is a finalist, not a surprise there. Sorokin, a finalist, not a surprise there. Ullmark, finalist, not a surprise there. Ullmark very likely to win it. If you look at the advanced stats side of things, you will see that Saros probably should have been in the top 3, but these are the 3 that I figured would end up here. Without Hellebuck, Winnipeg's not a playoff team. Without Sorokin, the Islanders aren't a playoff team. And Ullmark had one of the best regular seasons of any goaltender we've seen in a long time. So, yeah, any of the 3, would make a good pick for the Vezina winner. However, I think it will be Ullmark. So, We'll see how it all turns out. Now, the reason I'm wearing a Sens jersey, the sad news from yesterday as well, the Remington group will not be moving forward with the bid for the team. So this takes Ryan Reynolds out. There's the possibility that Ryan Reynolds might attach himself to another ownership bid, but it's unlikely. I think Reynolds had put his emotions, heart and soul, kind of into this bid, and so it would be kind of tough to argue for another bid with Reynolds being attached to it. But yeah, so the dream of the actor who plays Deadpool being the new owner of the Ottawa Senators is it's gone, and it's too bad because it would have been great. But it means that Snoop Dogg, The Weeknd, their bids actually are still in there. Kind of rooting for The Weeknd a little bit now that Deadpool's out, but yeah, we'll see what ends up happening there and who the next owners for the Ottawa Senators are going to be. But yeah, it's really getting to that point where the rubber meets the road, and we're getting very close to finding out who the new owners are going to be. So let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. As always, don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.